popular opinion. His principal, President Bola Tinubu, did not acquire a new official jet, but refurbished one. He said some jets in the presidential fleet, like a 19-year-old Boeing B737-700 purchased under ex-president Olusegun Obasanjo, are all in bad conditions and their maintenance costs were outrageous. Hence, instead of spending a bogus amount of money on aircraft maintenance, the president sought approval of National Assembly for the refurbished jets still in good condition. Onoga said the refurbished Airbus A330 would serve Nigeria high maintenance cost in servicing the old aircraft. Also on Sunday, the 6th Division Nigerian Army in Port Harcourt, Rivers State, said its operative deactivated 3 external refineries, arrested 5 suspects, and recovered over 100,000 liters of illegally refined automotive gas oil, also known as diesel, in the Niger Delta region. The division's Assistant Director, Public Relations, Lieutenant Colonel Danjuma Jonah, in a statement in Port Harcourt on Sunday, said one illegal refining site in Dagama with a large dugout containing over 12,000 liters of stolen diesel was deactivated. Also, a large wooden boat was intercepted with over 7,000 liters of stolen condensate, while at the Bell General area in Dagama's local government, 2 illegal refining sites, wooden boats loaded with over 3,000 liters of stolen products were impounded. He said the feat followed a series of operations conducted in Rivers, Bayelsa, Akwa Ibom, and Delta states. Still on stories that made the headlines for Sunday, Nigerian Labour Congress on Sunday criticized the International Monetary Fund for its denial of responsibility regarding the Nigerian government's recent removal of subsidy on petrol. The Congress describes the denial as clinical and emblematic of the IMF and World Bank's long-standing pattern of imposing harsh economic policies on developing nations. In a statement on Sunday, NLC's National President Joe Ajaero criticized the IMF for presenting its harmful recommendation as growth strategies, which have led to increased socio-economic hardship and stagnation in Nigeria and other nations that have followed their misguided advice. During a press conference at the IMF and World Bank annual meeting in Washington, D.C., Abebe Sasesi, the IMF African Regional Director, characterized the Nigerian government decision to remove the fuel subsidy as a domestic issue. According to the NLC, it is increasingly alarmed by the IMF's denial, which reflects the troubling policies imposed on Nigeria by the IMF and World Bank. Member representing Aba North South Federal Constituency in the House of Representatives, Alex Mascot Dikegwe, on Sunday caught on a viral video assaulting a boat driver sent to deliver a parcel in his Abuja residence. The first-time lawmaker elected on the platform of the All Progressive Grand Alliance was also heard on a video threatening he would make the driver disappear in the whole of Nigeria and nothing would happen. He told the driver he was a senator of the Republic, threatening to deal with the driver after slapping him 3 times, saying he would not pay for the service for disrespecting him. Well, on that note, we're in the stories that made the headlines for Sunday. So look at more stories that made the headline for Monday. Governors of the 19 northern states on Monday met with traditional rulers from the region in Kaduna State to discuss critical issues affecting the region. The meeting was part of the Northern State Governors Forum effort to engage with key stakeholders and address pressing concerns, especially in the lingering insecurity, poverty, out-of-school children, and other socio-economic challenges ravaging the region. The meeting, which was chaired by the chairman of the forum and governor of Gombe State, Inuwa Yahaya, and hosted by Governor Obasani at Kasim Ibrahim Government House in Kaduna, has in attendance the governor of Kaduna, Gombe, Zamfara, Nasarawa, Borno, Bauchi, Kwara and Adamawa State. Also present were deputy governors from all the northern states. The Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, also attended the meeting and briefed the governors on effort by the military to tackle banditry, terrorism, and other security challenges berittling the northern region. Traditional rulers, including Sultan of Sokoto Abubakar Said, Shehu of Borno Umar A. Kinami El, Emir Zazu, Emir Nuhu Bamali Ohinoyi of Ebiraland, Etsunupe Yahya Abubakar, Emir of Kazaru, Emir of Bauchi, were also at the meeting. In the opening remarks, Yahya and Sani both underpinned the need for urgent actions to be taken to address the lingering insecurity which has impacted negatively on the economy of northern Nigeria. Federal Capital Territory Police Command Monday arrested a lawmaker for assaulting a driver in the nation's capital. Police spokesman for the command, Josephine Ade, confirmed that Alex Mascot Ikegwe is at the Maitama police stations undergoing questioning. In a statement on Monday, the command said the boat driver Stephen Abusoya reported the matter to the command. The command said the Commissioner of Police in the FCT, Ola Tunji Dusi, has mandated a thorough investigation into the matter. The incident followed a similar one in the United Kingdom when a lawmaker, Mike Amsbury, was captured in a footage apparently to show him punching a man to the ground and then continuing to attack him. Away from that, Police Inspector Josephine Ozoyi, formerly known of the Anti-Citizen Police Squad in Enugu State, was on Monday arraigned and remanded in prison custody for the murder of Igbo Ogene musicians Okozenwamba, also known as Iboja. Ozowanji was arraigned on Monday on one count charge bordering on murder before a chief administrative magistrate, Enugu East Magistrate Court, Ngozi Edena. This development comes after Ozayunge orderly roomed trial, which led to his dismissal, was approved by Assistant Inspector General of Police Godwin Ozahili, who oversees Zone 13. The prosecution is being led by the officer in charge of the Enugu State Police Command, SP Justice Atta and Emmanuel Ojogo. Still on Monday, Court of Appeals Division affirmed its earlier judgment on the illegal dethronement of the 19th Emir of Gwandu, Ali Mustafa Jakolo. This judgment was the second time the Kebbi State government has lost the appeal against the judgment over the lower court, which held the same position. Justice Toby expressed satisfaction with the earlier judgment passed by Justice Abbas Aman of the Kebbi State High Court, stating that the deposition of the 19th Emir was contrary to the law and did not follow the due process. The judge declared the dethronement of Jakolo null and void, noting that he was not given a fair opportunity to defend himself against the allegations leveled against him, infringing upon his fundamental human right as a citizen. Jakolo was dethroned as Emir of Gwandu by the Kebbi State government in June 2005 under former Governor Mamadou Adamu Alara's administration. Justice Toby reaffirmed the decision made by Justice Abbas Aman, emphasizing that the disposition was unlawful and the due process was not upheld. Away from that, still on Monday, Honorable Abike Dabirewa, Chairman, CEO, Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, congratulated Dr. Koji Eleni Toba Johnson on his inductions into the U.S. National Academy of Medicine, describing it as an honor well deserved. In a statement by Abdurrahman Balogu, Director of Media, Public Relations and Protocols, stated that Dr. Elena Toby Johnson has yet achieved another groundbreaking milestones in the medical world globally. Deborah described the honor as a demonstration of his outstanding professional achievement and unwavering commitment to service in the medical field. She applauded his constant research and studies on ways of monitoring the needs of his patients, which he has earned him this great honor, the highest honor in the field of health and medicine. In his converse, urged Elena Toby Johnson not to be relentless in the discharge of his duty and to keep making Nigeria proud. His hard work pays, an example being the honor he just got. She also prayed for God protections and directions as he joins the League of Medical Professionals doing great things globally. Meanwhile, Dr. Kojo Ilana Toby Johnson on international leaders in the field of hematology and genomic pathology, as well as translational researcher, also held leadership positions at the University of Utah, University of Michigan, and University of Pennsylvania. National Academy of Medicine works alongside with National Academy of Science and National Academy of Engineering to provide independent objective analysis and advice to the nations and conduct other activities to solve complex problems and inform public policies decisions. And with that story and the stories that made the headline for Monday, so take a look at stories that made the headline for Tuesday. President Bola Tinubu on Tuesday launched the 2025 Armed Forces of Nigerian Remembrance Day emblem and a pew phone. Launching the emblem at the Kansas Chamber in the State House in Abuja, the president commended the armed forces for their roles as the first line of defense in protecting the country. He commended the patriotic commitment of the armed forces to Nigerians' unity, stability, and progress, stating that it would be impossible to promote peace and development without security. He stressed the importance of providing a safe and secure environment free from threats and criminal activities where all residents can flourish and live in peace. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu presided over the emblem appeal launch for the 2025 Armed Forces Remembrance Day celebration at the Kansas Chamber. In appreciation of the effort of fallen heroes to the national security, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Judge Akume, announced a donation of 500 million naira on behalf of the executives. President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, on behalf of National Assembly, made a donation of 200 million naira. Still on Tuesday, Senate asked the federal government to prioritize the settlement of incurred debt through the issuance of promissory note for the settlement of outstanding redisbursement debts to state, judgment debts and other debt liabilities incurred by the ministry, department and agencies. The resolution adopted during a plenary on Tuesday followed the submission of a report of the Committee on Local and Foreign Debts on the Promissory Notes Program for the refund to KB and National State Government on the newly constructed airport project executed on behalf of the federal government. Recall that the Senate had in May this year considered the request of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to establish a promissory note program for reimbursement to the KB state government of 15.1 billion naira and 9.5 billion naira to KB as state for takeover of newly constructed airport executed on behalf of the federal government. The Senate approved the promissory note program to settle standing claims and liabilities of KB and Nasarawa state government. Now to stories concerning the Green Chamber. House of Representatives on Tuesday urged the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Batoku, and Director General of the Department of State Services, Oluwatose Ajayi, to bring to book the killers of 7 Nigerians. We recall that hoodlums suspected to be courtists last week invaded Ifete, Oka, near the school gate of Nnamdi Azikiwe's University, Oka, Anambra State, killing no fewer than 7 persons. Coming under a meeting of public importance on Tuesday, the members representing Kanku, Panshin, Kanam Federal Constituency, Yusuf Gadi, informed the House that 7 murdered citizens ahead from Kanam local government area of Plateau State. He added that if prompt security measures are not put in place to safeguard the lives of Nigerians living in other region, it may lead to anarchy and total insecurity across the Federation. A reprisal attack may not be avoidable. Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority on Tuesday issued certificates of accreditation to the Aerodrome Emergency Training School of the Nigerian College of Aviation Technology, Zaria's provider of aircraft rescue and firefighting training in Nigeria. The award ceremony in line with the Acting Director General Civil Aviation Captain Chris Najomo's mantra of ease of doing business without compromising standards and safety was performed at the authority's corporate headquarters, Abuja. While receiving the certificate, the acting rector of the college, Mr. Joseph Amaligwe, thanks the AG DGCA for his sterling leadership and effective oversight of industry since assumption of office, for the promise to uphold the standard of the accreditation. The Minister of State for Police Affairs, Imam Suleiman Ibrahim, on Tuesday promised to extend an invitation to two authors, Dr. Tambari Siba and Professor Christian Kunat, to join the federal government's Committee on National Policing Policy. The duo of Siba and Kunat recently launched a book titled Cybercrime, Digital Forensic Readiness and Financial Crime Investigation in Nigeria. Siba is a lecturer in the Department of Computer Engineering at Rivers State University. He's a cybersecurity digital forensic expert with over 2 decades of professional experience in information technology consulting, while Kunat is a professor of international security in the School of Law and Government, Dublin City University, Ireland. The minister insisted that experts like Siba and Kunat were needed in the committee, which he said was under formation, adding that the authors would provide input on cybersecurity frameworks for Nigerian police force. The minister, who was represented by his senior technical advisor on policy and strategy, Mike Ifedoro, during the book launch, he said the minister was focused on driving police reforms through integrations of advanced technologies. Meanwhile, on Tuesday, the Police Service Commission promoted 4 police officers currently teaching at the Police Academy, Wuda Kanu, who have successfully completed different academic programs and acquired PhD certificate. The officers who appeared before the commissioner last week are CSP Favor Fadawag, Inspector Shaidi Sunday, Inspector Baraji Benjamin Chitachi Ukwa, and Inspector Benjamin Wanga. CSP Fadawa was promoted to Assistant Commissioner of Police, while the 3 inspectors were promoted to Assistant Superintendent of Police for now until they are confirmed for further proper placement. PSC's chairman, DIG Hashim Arugungu, who presided over the extraordinary management meeting of the commission, said other police officers with additional professional certificates have been engaged in such professional duties, such as lawyers, will soon be upgraded in line with public service requirement. He noted that the Commission will continue to promote transparency and accountability in the conduct of its constitutional mandate and assure serving police officers that their welfare, including proper placement, will receive the Commission's attention. While speaking, the Ajarukungu said the Commission's policy on whistleblowing would soon be taken to Police Academy and all police colleges, and anyone found with corrupt tendencies would be sanctioned. Immediate past, Minister of Interior Ralph Aribeshola was on Tuesday suspended by the All Progressive Congress for alleged anti-party activities and outbursts against President Bola Tinubu, former Governor Chief B.C. Akinde, and others. Newsmen record that Aribeshola, a 2-time governor, was at loggerhead with his successor, Aderiyogi Oyetola, whose re-election he opposed openly. He allegedly teamed up with opposition forces for the 2022 Osun governorship election and the 2023 general election. Recorded in 2022, he said he had prayed to God to bring down the party's leadership, including Tinubu and Akinde, and outburst greeted by worldwide condemnation. The leadership of APC from Ward 8 Ife for the Elisha, where the ex-governor hails from, set up a disciplinary committee to investigate and found him guilty of anti-party activities. Well, on that note, we're in the stories that made the headline for Tuesday, as we look at more stories that made the headline for Wednesday. On Wednesday, the Defense Headquarters dismissed the claim of the Niger House of Assembly that the Nigerian Army training camp in Katogora has been taken over by bandit and terrorists. Director of Defense Media Operation Major General Edward Buba, in a statement on Wednesday, said no inch of the training areas has been ceded to the terrorists. Buba said troops had constantly eliminated the threat posed by terrorists crisscrossing the vast area, adding that their clearance operation in the area had denied terrorists freedom of action. He clarified that the ongoing operation, particularly in Niger, was targeted as terrorists, saying it would be an error for such threat to be described in any form other than terrorism. According to him, the military is working closely with Niger state government to ensure improved security in the state and for the citizens. A federal high court in Abuja on Wednesday barred the Central Bank of Nigeria from disbursing further monthly allocation to Rivers State government, citing alleged constitutional violation by Governor Similalaye Fubura. In her judgment of rulings on Wednesday, Justice Joyce Abdul Malik found that Governor Fubura's presentation of 2024 budget to a four-member House of Assembly breached constitutional protocol. Justice Abdul Malik highlighted that since January, River State has received unspent allocation based on an illegitimate budget, describing this as a constitutional aberration. The court order further restricts the CBN, the Accountant General of the Federation, and the state's account at Zenith Bank and Access Bank from releasing any funds to Fubura. The judge contended that the governor's actions ignored constitutional requirement for budget approval by a fully constituted House of Assembly. Delivering judgment, Justice Abdul Malik declared the decision made by the four-member Fubura-backed Assembly were void, referencing prior ruling by the Federal High Court and Court of Appeal that had annoyed its authority. Justice Abdul Malik stressed that the CBN responsibility to ensure that state budgets are approved by constitutional recognized House of Assembly before releasing funds. A magistrate court in Kuje, Abuja on Wednesday granted Alex Ikegwe, a member representing Aba North and South Federal Constituency, bail of 500,000 naira for an assault on an e-hailing driver, Stephen Abu Wataya. The lawmaker was arraigned Wednesday on a 3-count charge bordering on assault and threat to life. He pleaded not guilty to the charges filed by the Office of the Inspector General of Police. His counsel then made an oral application for his bail. The magistrate, Abubakar Omar Said, granted the application with a bail sum set at 500,000 naira and 2 sureties in like sum. Said said the sureties must reside within the jurisdictions of the court. He further ordered the sureties to provide utility bills as proof of residence. You're listening to Retrospect on Citizen 93.7 FM Abuja. We'll be right back after this break. Please don't go away. Did you miss out on the news during the week? Not to worry. Retrospect is here to make up for the missed information. Retrospect is a complete package of all the major news headlines that made the airwaves from Sunday to Saturday. Join me, Esther Nwusu, on the program Retrospect on Citizen 93.7 FM Abuja every Sunday at 6 p.m. Retrospect. We keep you informed. It is good to know you're still there. It is still Retrospect on Citizen 93.7 FM Abuja. On a Thursday, the presidency said contrary to job laws, fares, and preserve marginalization of the North, the tax reform bills currently before the National Assembly will benefit all states and harmonize the country's tax laws for greater efficiency. It said it's becoming necessary to address the misunderstanding and misgiving around the tax reforms already embarked upon by the administration following a meeting of Northern governors last Monday. The special advisor to the president on Information and Strategy, Bayo Ononoga, argued this in an explanatory titled Explainer, a proposed tax reforms bill not against the North. They will benefit all states and testing. At a meeting on October 28, 2024, governors of the 19 northern states under the platform of the Northern Governors Forum rejected a new derivation-based model for value-added tax distribution in the new tax reforms bill before the National Assembly. The meeting also had traditional rulers regional rulers led by Sultan of Sokoto, His Eminence Muhammad Saidi Abubakar III, in attendance. Away from that, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commissions on Thursday said it had recovered over 284 billion naira in the last year. The Commission's Director of Public Affairs, Wilson Wajirin, made this known on Thursday when he was giving an update on the achievement of the anti-graft agency so far. He added that a sum of over £53,000 and 172,000 euros were also recovered. 5,000 euros were also recovered from victims of crimes in Spain, and this is according to him. Wajirin further added that the Commission is taking its rapid response top-notch, a notch far higher, as it will lead to a drop in cybercrime. The Commission has also secured more than 35 convictions for naira abuse by Nigerians as social events. According to Wajirin, 3 new directorates are set to emerge in Ekiti, Katsina, and Anambra State. Still on Thursday, National Assembly stepped up the war against drug abuse and trafficking by seeking for inclusion of parents. The joint call for parent inclusion in the war by the National Assembly came from its Joint Committee on Drugs and Narcotics during one-day sensitization program organized in collaboration with the National Association of Nigerian Drugs Monitoring. In his speech, the President of the Senate and Chairman of the National Assembly, Senator Godswill Akpabio, said the involvement of parents in the fight is fundamental. Akpabio, who was represented by Deputy Leader of the Senate, Senator Lola Asiru, said the epidemic of drug abuse and trafficking will be tackled right from home front and led by the parent. Awabio, who made the announcement on Thursdays during plenary, disclosed that the Senate would embark on a 2-week oversight visit in the intervening period and resume on November 19th. The medium trim expenditure framework, which is usually presented before the budget and the 2025 appropriation bill, is expected to be submitted by the executive upon their resumption. On Thursday, Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nelson Wike, said starting January 2025, all commercial buses in the nation's capital, Abuja, will be profiled by the Nigerian Police Force and the Department of State Services. Wike said this at the FCT Renewed Hope Youth Empowerment Program in the Gariki area of Abuja on Thursday, when he handed over 80 new cars to beneficiaries to use as taxis. He encouraged the beneficiaries not to be ashamed that they were being empowered to be taxi drivers, saying that many Nigerians who reject taxi driving jobs at home gladly embrace such when they travel abroad. To curtail kidnapping and cases of one-chance robbery, the minister said effective January 2025, any commercial bus not duly provided by security agencies won't be allowed to operate within the nation's capital. On Thursday, Cross River State Government solicited support from Tertiary Education Trust Fund to build an edifice to house all practical skills for its state-owned universities of education and entrepreneurship. The Cross River State Governor Basiotu, who solicited the support during a visit to TED Fund headquarters in Abuja, emphasized the need for human capital development. In confronting challenges of underdevelopment, poverty, and unemployment, the governor also commended the fund under the leadership of architect Sonio Cheno on the viable infrastructure development in the country, adding that Cross River State requires support for its newly converted College of Education to University of Education and Entrepreneurship, where craftsmen, bricklayers, welders, amongst others, will be trained. In his response, the Executive Secretary, Tertiary Education Trust Fund, Sunday Channel, who assured the governor of the fund's support, stressed that such support is one of its obligations to the state. And with that story and the stories that made the headline for Thursday, also now look at stories that made the headline for Friday. On On Friday, Nigeria postponed its planned vaccination campaign in the wake of a rise in mpox cases by 500% in Africa compared to last week. According to new data by Africa's main disease control center, on Thursday, the situation is not yet under control. And they said, and I quote, "We are still on the upward trends generally," said Ngwasi Nango from African CDCs during a news briefing. The group did not, however, state why Nigeria postponed the already planned vaccination campaign. In the wake of the outbreak, the World Health Organization declared mpox a global health emergency in mid-August after scientists discovered a new version of the virus spreading from the Democratic Republic of Congo to nearby countries. The numbers are concerning 19 African countries have been reported with over 48,000 possible mpox cases and 1,048 deaths this year alone. Central Africa has been hit hardest with about 86% of all cases and nearly all deaths, 99.5% happening in that region. Scientists have identified its new strain known as Clade IB in several European countries including Sweden, Germany and Britain. Away from that, on Friday, the Independent National Electoral Commission announced that candidates in the upcoming Ondo State governorship election will sign a peace accord on November 8. The INEC chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, who announced this during a quarterly consultative meeting with civil society organization in Abuja on Thursday, said the peace signing ceremony is facilitated by the National Peace Committee, led by the former head of state, General Abdusalami Abubakar. The signing aims to ensure candidates pledge to a peaceful, violence-free election before the November 16th poll. He also noted that the nearly 72% of registered voters had collected a permanent voters card. He disclosed that INEC had scheduled a mock accreditation exercise in selected polling unit for November 6 to test the result uploads on its resort viewing portal. Away from that, the House of Representatives has advanced a bill in its second reading, aiming to mandate the inclusion of specific portfolios in the nomination list for ministers and commissioners submitted by President and state governors. Leading the debate, Okechukwu Dabiigwe highlighted that the attaching portfolios to nominees will allow lawmakers in the nationals and state assemblies to conduct more effective and targeted scrutiny during confirmation processes. In a related development, a separate bill proposing an extension of the retirement age for health workers across Nigeria has also progressed to its second reading. In a lead debate sponsored by Bill Representative Okechukwu Dabiigwe, argued that attaching portfolios to the list of nomination for ministerial positions to enhance thorough scrutiny of nominees by lawmakers at nationals and state assemblies. On Friday, the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control alerted Nigerians to the recall of Nivea Black and White Invisible Roll-On Deodorant 50 ml, labeled as providing 48 hours protection in African climate, following a warning for the European Union Rapid Alert System for dangerous non-food products in Brussels. It advised importers, distributors, retailers and consumers to exercise caution and vigilance within the supply chain to prevent the importation, distribution, sale and use of the affected Nivea roll-on with specific badge. And a notice released at NAFDAC stated that the product's batch number is 93529610. NAFDAC added that the product is manufactured in Germany with a barcode number 422-99882. Advised importers, distributors, retailers and consumers to be vigilant. Healthcare professionals and consumers are also encouraged to report any adverse effect experienced from the use of regulated products to the nearest NAFDAC office, he added. Meanwhile, same Friday, the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control warned Nigeria about the illegal sale and distribution of an unregistered brand of condoms in Nigeria. The agency on Thursday said officials from the Post-Marketing Surveillance Directorate discovered 4 lakh condoms packed in trees in Abakaliki, Ebonyi State and Zango, Katsina State. He stated that the illegal distribution and sales of unregistered condoms poses a risk as the safety, quality and efficiency of the product are not guaranteed. He stated that the illegal distribution and sales of unregistered condoms poses risk as safety products to Nigerians. All NAFDAC zonal directors and state coordinators have been directed to carry out surveillance and mop up the unregistered products within zones and states. And with that story and the stories that made the headlines for Friday, as we finally look at stories that made the headlines for Saturday. On Saturday, the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Lateef Fagbemi, took over the case of the hashtag End Bad Governance protesters arraigned in the Federal High Court, Abuja. The protesters, 75 in numbers between the age of 12 and 15, were charged with 10 counts of terrorism, an attempt to overthrow the government, and alleged mutiny over their participations in the nationwide protests. The arraignment has since generated backlash at the federal government from civil society organizations and opposition leaders who condemned the detention and persecution of minors. They asked the government to quickly look into the matter and resolve it. In a statement on Friday night, the AGF admitted that he's aware of the case, but said there are some issues his office will need to look into regarding the matter to enable him to make an informed decision. He said it is not within his power to vary the order of the court, remanding the defendant in detention centers and adjourning the case to January. He, however, noted that he has directed the Nigerian police to transfer the case file to his office and hand over same to the Director of Public Prosecution of the Federation on Saturday. Federal government on Saturday released funds for payment of retired salaries of non-academic staff union of federal universities, NASU. The Office of the Accountant General of the Federation made this known in a statement in Abuja. According to the OAGF, the federal government has also released funds for the payment of benefits to retirees under the Nigerian Union of Pensioners Contributory Pension Scheme sector. The OAGF said payment to the non-academic staff of federal universities has commenced and many have confirmed receipt. The office reiterated its commitment to effectively cater for well-being of Nigerian workers and retirees. The development comes on the heels of the commencement of the nationwide strikes by NASU and the Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities on Sunday. Still on Saturday, Nigerian army set troops in the northwest has arrested a notorious terrorist leader known as Abubakar Ibrahim Habodogo during the week. A statement signed by the Director of Defense Media Operations, Edward Buba, on Saturday said the development was a feat achieved on the ongoing counter-insurgency and counter-terrorism operation, which has continued to degrade the combat capability of terrorists across the country. Habodogo, a wanted terrorist in the watch list of security agencies both in Nigeria and in the Niger Republic due to his cross-border terrorist activities, was arrested in Ramji village in the Ilea local government area of Sokoto. He is wanted terrorist on the watch list of security agencies both in Niger and in Nigeria Republic because of the similar troops in the southeast arrested 7 IPOB ECN terrorist commanders and operators. On Saturday, Nigerians in Diaspora Commission commended the Minister of Interior, Honorable Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo, and his team for the recent innovation in passport application and collection process, which aims to improve efficiency for Nigerians abroad. Honorable Abike Dabrerewa, Chairman, CEO of Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, praised the ministry's effort, stating that Nigerians in diaspora are excited about the changes taking place in Nigerians abroad. Nigerians abroad have long anticipated improvement in accessing passport services. She stated that these revolutions in applications and collection process is a much needed change that will ease the burden on citizens globally. WREWA highlighted NICOM's readiness to support these reforms through advocacy and sensitization, adding that advocacy is the heart of NICOM's work. She stated, and I quote, "We are prepared to collaborate fully with the Ministry of Interior and Nigerians Immigration Service to ensure that Nigerians and diaspora are well informed about this development and continue to be a bridge between Nigeria and its diaspora." In a response, the Minister of Interior underscored the minister's commitment to working closely with NICOM and the Nigerian Immigration Service. He stressed the need for the structured partnership through tripartite memoranda of understanding, adding that our goal is to ensure effective communication and engagement with Nigerians abroad. Meanwhile, the conductless biometric innovation is set to eliminate long travel flight hours, sake hotel reservation scores, or prevent work absentees, amongst others. The conductless option is available for renewals for persons above 18 years and above. It kicks off on November 1st in Canada, November 15th in the US, and December 1st in all other countries. Ahead of the formal handing over ceremony to Governor-elect in Edo State, the national chairman of the All Progressive Congress, Abdullahi Umar Gandiji, on Saturday advised the incoming Senator of Edo State, Senator Monday Okpeholo, to focus on governance and not deploy his time and energy on fighting outgoing Governor Godwin Obaseki. The APC national chairman, who gave the advice when the Edo State Governor-elect Okpeholo paid a thank-you visit to the leadership of the party at the National Secretariat in Abuja, urged the Governor-elect to focus on manifesto he's painstakingly produced and deliver good governance to Edo people. The APC Governor-elect Monday Okpeholo assured the party's leadership of adhering to his campaign promises, emphasizing the need to always consult the party for guidance. Meanwhile, the River State chapter of the All Progressive Congress also called on River State Governor Siminalayi Fubara to stop blackmailing President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the Federal Capital Territory's Minister Nyesom Wike, and the judiciary over the recent judgment stopping allocation to the state, saying the sentiments can never triumph over facts in the face of the law. The APC caretaker chairman in River State, Tony Okocha, made the call at a press conference at the party's national secretariat in Abuja. Tony Okocha, who describes Governor Fubara's Nyesom Wike's investment, noted that the FCT minister practically lifted the governor from political obscurity. He warned Fubara's attempt at blackmailing would not save his political career from sinking, urging those who claim to hate-sponsored President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's 2023 election to stop spreading false narrative to get attention. While assuring the party's leadership of its chapter's readiness to conduct a free and fair forthcoming congresses, the River State APC chairman advised Governor Fubara to abide by the appeal court ruling to save his face and allow peace to reign in River State. Chairman of Independent National Electoral Commission, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, on Saturday explained why the Commission has not acted on the controversial trailing the River State House of Assembly. Speaking at a stakeholders meeting with media executives at the Commission's headquarters in Abuja, Professor Mahmoud said it had not acted because of several conflicting court judgments and the crisis in the Assembly. He also noted that as a result of the crisis and conflicting judgment of courts, both at state and federal level, the Commission had also not conducted a by-election into the State Assembly occasioned by the death of one of the members. He disclosed that the Commission was looking towards the middle of December to conduct a by-election into the House of Representatives declared vacant as a result of the death of the member of a House as well as some State House of Assembly. According to the INEC board, the seat of 25 members of River State House of Assembly was declared vacant by three other members. The 25 members also declared the seat of 3 members vacant. On the conduct of by-election, he said the Commission was working out logistics for the conduct, adding that it would soon announce the date for the election. Professor Mahmood said that the Commission was carrying out consultations on the possibility of having political parties that won elections into the Parliament but lost such members either due to death or resignation to nominate a candidate to fill the vacant position. According to him, the tenure of lawmakers is tied to a particular assembly where they are elected to, hence they need to ensure that such positions are not left vacant. He said the conduct of by-election has created lots of logistical issues for the Commission, added up it in July 2023 when the current government came into power. It has about 20 by-elections. And that's our big package for today on the program Retrospect on Citizen 93.7 FM Abuja. You can follow us on our social media handles on Facebook at Citizen FM Abuja, on Instagram at Citizen FM 937, on Twitter, now known as X, at Citizen FM 937. You can also check us out on our website on citizenfm.ng. Let's make it a date, same time, and next week on Retrospect. I am Esther Umosu. Bye for now.